There are moments in life when everything shifts, not with explosions, not with headlines, but with a quiet vibration in your pocket. For Armin Hale, that moment arrived at 11:47 p.m. His office was silent, the kind of silence that only exists high above a city, insulated by glass and height. Below him, the skyline glowed like a digital constellation. Traffic lights blinked red and green in mechanical rhythm. Everything looked stable, controlled, predictable, and that illusion ended with a single buzz. His phone lit up. Unknown number. He stared at it for 3 seconds, 4, 5. He almost ignored it. Successful people learn to ignore noise, but instinct is rarely noise. He opened it. One sentence: transfer controlling shares by Friday or the documents go public. No greeting, no anger, no explanation, just certainty. Below it, a file attachment. Armin didn't react immediately. No widened eyes, no heavy breathing. His heartbeat did something unusual. It slowed, because he understood something instantly. This wasn't emotional, it wasn't impulsive, it was calculated. And calculated threats are the most dangerous. He opened the file. Inside were early communications from his company's fragile first year. Strategic decisions, private negotiations. Internal memos discussing risk. Nothing illegal, nothing immoral. But in the wrong hands, out of context, it could be shaped into a narrative, and narratives move faster than truth. Before we continue, this is a fictional story designed to explore strategy, pressure, and leadership psychology. It does not represent real events or real people. Now, back to Armin. He placed the phone face down on the desk, and instead of reacting, he began thinking. Because when someone tries to corner you, your first move determines everything. Most people misunderstand power. They think power is force. It isn't. Power is leverage. The person who sent that message had no court order, no physical threat, no official authority. But they had something more dangerous: timing, information, and silence. Armin leaned back in his chair and replayed the message in his mind. Why Friday? Why no follow-up? Why no negotiation? Because the sender believed they were already in control, and overconfidence leaves patterns. The real question was not, who is this? The real question was, what do they think I will do next? Panic, call investors, try to buy them off. If Armin reacted emotionally, the blackmailer would escalate. If he stayed silent, they would grow impatient. He needed a third option. Not reaction, not submission, strategy. The next morning, Armin called a private meeting. Only 2 people. His legal advisor, his operations chief. No board members, no assistants, closed doors. He didn't show them the message at first. Instead, he asked, if someone wanted to quietly take control of this company, how would they do it? The lawyer answered first. They'd attack the structure, board pressure, shareholder influence. The operations chief answered differently. They'd wait until we were vulnerable, then strike. Armin nodded. Then he placed the phone on the table, screen facing up. Silence filled the room, not loud silence, heavy silence. The lawyer spoke slowly. This is blackmail. Yes, Armin replied calmly. For 3 days, nothing changed publicly, but privately Armin began an audit. He reviewed original shareholder agreements, emergency clauses, founder control provisions, reputation, risk language, voting thresholds. He read everything himself. Not summaries. Not explanations, everything. And on page 147 of an early agreement, he found it. A clause written years ago. Back when the company was small, back when trust was fragile. A reputational risk stabilization clause. Under defined circumstances, the founder could temporarily restructure voting control to prevent destabilization. It required speed and precision. But it was legal and airtight. Armin remembered writing it late at night years ago. He had included it just in case. Most people prepare for growth. Very few prepare for attack. Thursday night, documents prepared, signatures aligned, digital filings scheduled, no drama, no announcement. At 9:58 p.m., the restructuring executed. By 10:02 p.m., it was complete, control secured. Leverage neutralized. At 10:05 p.m., Armin responded, one sentence. Thank you for the reminder, the company is now protected. No insults, no threats, no emotion. Just calm. The next morning, the number was disconnected. No documents leaked. No chaos erupted, because the power dynamic had shifted. Leverage only works when the target has something to lose. Armin had removed the vulnerability. This story is fictional, but the principles are real. Leverage beats aggression. Calm beats panic. Preparation beats reaction. Most people train for visible battles. Few prepare for invisible ones. The strongest leaders don't move loudly. They move precisely. And sometimes the greatest victory is the one nobody knows happened. If you found value in this story, subscribe for more fictional stories about strategy, leadership, and psychological warfare. And ask yourself, if someone tried to corner you, would you react? Or would you reposition?